Dino is a new platform for writing application using JavaScript and TypeScript. Here actually Dino is another face of Node.js. Both platforms share the same philosophy, that is event-driven architecture and asynchronous non-blocking tools to build a web server and the services. The author of Dino is Ryan Dell, original creator of Node.js. So in 2018, he gave the famous talk 10 things I regret about Node.js and announced this new project which is Dino. And Dino aims to fix Node.js design mistakes and offer a new modern development environment. So this Dino 1.0 is live on 13th of May, just I think 3 days back. And everyone is talking about this particular project. This is, you can say, the option of Node.js with better different options, which we will discuss during our discussions. So Dino is built on V8. I hope you know this thing particular. The V8 is a Google open source high performance JavaScript and WebAssembly engine written in C++, and it is used in Chrome and in Node.js. Among others, it implements ECMA script and WebAssembly and runs on Windows 7 and later. So what about the Rust? So in middle you can see the R. So Dino is designed in Rust language. So Rust is a blazing fast and memory efficient with no runtime or garbage collector. It can power performance critical services, run on embedded devices, and easily integrate with the other languages. And Rust is a rich type system and ownership model guarantees memory safety and the thread safety, enabling you to eliminate many classes of bugs at compile time. And Rust has a great documentation, a friendly compiler with useful error messages, and top-notch tooling, an integrated package manager build tool, smart multi-editor support with auto completion and type inspections and auto formatter and more. And last is a Tokio. So what is Tokio? The asynchronous runtime for the Rust programming language. Tokio is an open source library providing an asynchronous event-driven platform for building fast, reliable, and the lightweight network application. It leverages Rust ownership and the concurrency model to ensure thread safety. So the Dino is built on V8, Rust, and the Tokio. So what exactly is the feature, or you can say the highlights of Dino? Dino is secure by default. No file, network, or environment access unless you explicitly enable it. So secure by default means you have to give access to each and every file explicitly. And it supports the TypeScript out of the box. Those who love the TypeScript is good. Ship a single executable. It ships a single executable file. Has built-in utility like dependency inspector and code formatter, and has a set of reviewed standard modules are also there. So a script can be bundled into the single JavaScript. So these are the highlights of Dino. So what exactly there was in mind of Ryan when he was trying to build a Dino? Dino aims to be the productive and the secure scripting environment for the modern programmers. Dino will always be distributed as a single executable. Given a URL to a Dino program, it is runnable with nothing more than the 15 megabyte zipped executable. And Dino explicitly takes on the role of both runtime and the package manager. It uses a standard browser compatible protocol for loading modules and URLs. So what exactly there was a goal when they started the Dino? So goal was only ship a single executable, which we discussed, provide secure defaults, browser compatible, the subset of Dino programs which are written completely in JavaScript and do not use the global Dino namespace, ought to able to run in a modern web browser without change. Provide built-in tooling like unit testing, code formatting, and linting to improve developer experience, and does not leak V8 concept into the user land, and be able to serve HTTP efficiently. Now let's talk about the Dino comparison with Node.js, because actually it is a replacement. It is going to be the replacement of Node.js. I don't know whether it will be replaced or not, because it is just 3 days back we got a Dino 1.0 version. But let's talk about the differences in between the Node.js and the Dino. So Dino does not use NPM, whereas Node.js uses NPM. And it uses a module reference as a URL as a file path. So whenever you import it, you have to import through the URL. We will see that how exactly it is important, why it is using a URL and why we'll think. But this is uses a, and Dino does not use package.json in its module resolution algorithm, like we use the package.json in Node.js. All async action in Dino returns a promise. Thus, Dino provides a different API than Node. Dino requires explicit permission for file, which we have discussed, network and environment access. Dino always dies on uncaught errors, uses ES modules, and does not support require function. And third-party modules are imported via the URLs. So both the platforms serves the same purpose, but they use different mechanisms. Dino uses ES module as a default module system, whereas Node.js use CommonJS. External dependency are loaded using URLs in Dino, similar to the browsers. There is also no package manager and centralized registry. Modules can be hosted everywhere on the internet. This is very much important, or it may be a security reason that there may be an issue, but we will discuss in detail. Not today, but in our next video. Contrary to Node.js, Dino executes the code in sandbox, which means that runtime has no access to the network, the file system, and the environment. The access needs to be explicitly granted, which means that better security. And Dino supports the TypeScript out of the box, which means that we don't need to manually install and configure tools to write TypeScript code. Another difference in Dino provides a set of built-in tools like test runner, a code formatter, and a bundler. So the hello world, let's first talk about the 7 regrets about the Node.js by Ryan Dell, which he given this in 2018, and he started the Dino. So first was non-sticking with promises. If he adds them in 2019 but remove them in February 2010 with the promises in Node.js, it could have sped up the delivery of standard on-SIG await. Security, Node process has a wide access including system calls, network, disk I/O. The build system, you need a GYP for compiling a native C library and link it to the Node.js modules. Chrome used to user GYB, but now Node is the sole user. Package.json, it included the unnecessary information such as licenses and repository. Also, it uses a centralized repository for the modules. Node underscore modules may be the worst for him. Resolution is complex, folder size is frequently huge. Require without extension, the module load has to guess the extension, and this is not how browser works. Index.js, it complicates the module loading system. So the Ryan Dale base was this particular regrets when he started working on Deno. And he gave some important thing. The hello world Deno HTTP server does about 25k requests per second with a max latency of 1.3 millisecond. A comparable Node programs does 34k requests per second with a rather erratic max latency between 2 and 300 milliseconds. So you understand, Deno will grow up in near future, but if you want, you can start up working on it or learning it. Not sure whether it will be popular like Node.js, but at least you can start learning it about it and see the future, because ultimately we need to decide the future of the Deno. Thank you so much for watching this.